Salut tout le monde, c'est Big Boss 62, bienvenue pour ce cinquième épisode de Call of Cthulhu. Dans le dernier épisode, nous avons perdu Bradley. Bon, on le connaissait assez peu. Donc bon, on s'en fout un petit peu de l'avoir perdu. Bon, en fait, on sait pas en fait. On dit qu'il est mort et on dit qu'il est pas mort. Donc, au final, on ne sait pas s'il est mort ou s'il est pas mort. Donc, on va dire qu'il est corps vivant. Parce qu'apparemment, il est corps vivant, je sais pas. C'est un peu bizarre. Alors, on était bloqué. On savait pas où est-ce qu'il fallait trouver notre valve. Alors, j'ai envie de dire que j'ai fait quelques recherches. C'est pas vrai. Enfin, si, j'ai trouvé un truc. Qui n'est apparemment pas là. Je ne comprends pas. Parce que je regardais sur internet et sur internet le gars il avait trouvé un badge de policier ici. Alors peut-être qu'il a peut-être pas fait les mêmes choix que moi, je sais pas. Il a peut-être pas bu lui. Peut-être que boire ça avait un impact. Je ne sais pas. Moi j'aurais tendance à dire qu'il faudra trouver un nouvel merde. Une nouvelle manivelle. Mais visiblement, je ne sais pas. Ça n'a pas l'air d'être ça en fait. Est-ce que j'ai ce qu'il faut pour lui?
I'll find you some pills.
Go look in the storage room. There must be sleeping pills there.
D'accord.
I'll go take a look.
S'il y a lui là aussi. Oh merde. Je vais me faire repérer. Ici il y a un truc. J'ai trouvé un truc. J'ai trouvé un truc. Je sais qu'il y a un truc ici. Maintenant on sait qu'il y a un truc là. Mais comment l'atteindre, ça va être une partie de plaisir pour l'atteindre. C'est peut-être la dernière manivelle. L'autre il me dit d'aller à la salle de stockage. Donc là c'est storage room. Normalement storage room on peut y accéder par là. En fait, c'est lui qui me bloque l'accès. Mais c'est pas ça que je cherche. Merde, c'est ça. Oh merde. Fais chier. C'était bien une valve. Est-ce que ça m'a sauvegardé? Je ne sais pas. À voir. Je crois pas. Hein. Non, ça m'a pas sauvegardé. J'aurais pas dû. Je sais pas pourquoi je me suis déplacé debout à ce moment-là. Il est con. C'est une chance qu'il m'ait pas entendu. Ok, normalement là c'est bon. Yes.
I've got to hide before the guards see me.
Ok. C'est bon, on a réussi.
Doctor, is that you?
Non.
Don't you worry about the doctor. Right now, he'll have plenty to keep him busy with his precious machine. It gives us time to get away. I'll undo you.
Get away? Get away where? I can't go anywhere. It'll find me, like it found me here. You're mistaken about the beast. Don't stay with me, or you'll end up the same way.
You're Sanders, aren't you? I heard you from my cell. What did they do to you? What does Fuller want with you?
The doctor? You think it's the doctor who scares me? The doctor wants to heal me. But he's the one who's crazy. He wants to restore my sight. He wants to give me back my eyes. And yet I told him that I didn't want him. I do not want to see it anymore. The real culprit is Sarah. Her and her accursed paintings.
You're kidding me. You're talking about Sarah Hawkins.
The one and only. The legendary. There is no artist more enlightened or cursed than Sarah Hawkins.
I saw the traces of a revocation ritual in Sarah Hawkins' office. Is it connected to this curse?
She tried to correct her mistake, yes. She tried everything. She told me. But she failed. And that's what counts.
What's going on this island?
I'm so sorry. We should never have met.
What are you talking about?
Destiny! It has trapped you. Don't let it see you, or you won't be able to escape it. Don't look at it. That's how it finds you.
What finds me?
The Sarah Hawkins visitor. The Shambler.
Sanders, pull yourself together.
Without her, it's no longer possible to save me. No!
Sanders!
Oula.
What the hell? Oh God. I got it.
Il est mort.
Okay. This is insane. What killed him?
Je ne sais pas, mais un esprit. C'est un fantôme, je crois. Pour ressortir. Ah oui. Merde. On peut pas faire des analyses sur son corps, non, même pas. Bon. fermé. Il va avoir une hallucination.
Damn! The gas!
Je vous l'avais dit. C'était sûr.
Oh. My head.
Later. We need to move on.
Manoir Hawkins, encore? Pierce s'est réveillé dans un asile installé dans les sous-sols de l'Institut Riverside. Il a rencontré le docteur Colden, une amie de Bradley qui l'a aidé à s'échapper. En errant dans les couloirs de cet endroit où le docteur Fuller règne en maître, Pierce a pu parler à un homme nommé Francis Sanders. Avant de mourir sous les yeux du détective, il a accusé Sarah Hawkins d'être responsable de ses tourments. Pierce a finalement quitté l'endroit, maudit en compagnie de Bradley et Colden, les compagnons d'infortune, décide d'utiliser le manoir Hawkins comme planque. D'accord. Cthulhu.
Who goes there? That nightmare again. I need a drink.
Il a plus besoin de boire quand il fait un cauchemar en fait. D'accord. Du coup. Voilà. Là on va augmenter investigation.
No. I want to know what Bradley and Dr. Colden have to say about all this.
You're awake, Mr. Pierce. How do you feel?
Did I sleep long?
The day is only starting. It's fine.
No. I want to know what Bradley and Dr. Colden have to say about all this.
Voilà. Je peux m'asseoir ou non? Non? Bon. Alors, qu'est-ce que
How's
vous
our
avez à me dire?
fugitive? Dr. Fuller hasn't reported your disappearance to the force, but that'll come soon.
Bradley?
Who else would it be?
Mr. Pierce, are you all right? You look like you saw a ghost.
There are things I can't explain.
Tell us. What happened?
Ouais, mais c'est ça. Putain, c'est dommage qu'on peut pas le demander, qu'on peut pas lui dire ça.
What I'm sure of now is that the Hawkins case isn't just an accident.
And what brings you to that conclusion?
The fact that Charles Hawkins survived the fire.
I don't understand. Mr. Hawkins was buried.
That's what he would have you believe.
I have a hard time believing you.
You were there, Bradley. You even opened fire on him.
I'd remember that.
Why would he fake his own death? Do you think he covered up his wife's murder?
Donc on a été victime d'une
Seems hard
hallucination.
to swallow.
C'est sûr et certain.
Don't you have anything more concrete, Pierce?
Ou alors c'est. Ou alors il nous joue un truc. Oh. Je peux te dire un truc un petit peu méchant.
I heard you talking earlier.
Why am I not surprised?
I get the impression you two don't get along.
Intrusive and not very clever. Anyway, let's get back to the business at hand.
Bradley, what do you remember?
I don't understand your question.
The night we went into the Hawkins mansion. You don't seem to remember the tunnels and what occurred there.
No memory of going down any tunnel. No, we were in the manor, then,
Then what?
the rest is quite blurry. I don't recall how I came back home.
And then?
I went to visit you at the hospital and called on Marie's help to get you released.
And you don't remember the events of the tunnel?
I don't. Let's talk about something else.
C'est quand même bizarre. Est-ce que c'est le vrai Bradley ou l'autre a pris son corps? Parce que je pense que ça se peut. Hein. Ou alors c'est le vrai Bradley, il s'en rappelle plus.
Dr. Fuller seems to be leaving a trail of corpses. Not to mention those strange machines, chains, and tools of all kind.
Yes. I've been telling you that Fuller uses his patients as guinea pigs.
What I saw was more akin to torture than medicine.
Do you even hear what you're saying? Dr. Fuller is highly respected.
It's the truth, Ethan. And I'll prove it to you. I'm listening, Mr. Pierce.
Given the energy he pours into Riverside, I presume it was Fuller's creation.
His father's, to be correct. He was a surgeon on board the Scylla. He founded the hospital in 1904 with funds from the Hawkins family before he died and his son Thomas Fuller took over.
Two families inextricably linked.
Most island families are that way. Captain Fitzroy's father was also a seaman aboard the Scylla.
Powerful families dominating everything.
Yes, and as you could tell, Dr. Fuller is like some crazed emperor.
He wouldn't be happy if he knew we were snooping around.
I know the risks. I don't fear him. Do you wish to know anything else?
I found a file bearing Sarah Hawkins' name in the Institute's basement.
It makes sense. A powerful family like the Hawkins had the means to hide such a disgrace.
But everyone knows the Fullers have been taking care of the Hawkins for at least a generation. And all were aware of Mrs. Hawkins' fragility.
Perhaps, but no one would allow a psychiatric internment.
From what I read in the file, Fuller used her as a subject of his experiments.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins, subjects of Dr. Fuller. Why those two?
I have flashbacks. They haunt me.
What did they do to you?
There was that Dr. Fuller and a nurse. Blood everywhere. My legs. The pain. I couldn't bear it. I was screaming. They injected me with something. I woke up at the Institute. Bradley was there.
And how you scared us. You seemed demented.
You likely woke up during the anesthesia. No wonder those memories haunt you. What in God's name were they doing to you?
What happened afterwards?
When I woke up the second time, I was in a padded cell. That's where you found me, Doctor. After you released me, I got a good look at what's in store for the patients of the Riverside Institute. Hallucinogenic gas pumped into the cells. An infernal machine. Horrific medical experiments.
Impossible. Dr. Fuller would never do such a thing.
You should believe it, Ethan. What Mr. Pierce saw is precisely what I've been trying to prove. Did you discover anything else?
I met a Francis Sanders. You know him.
Of course, he's a patient. Or was. I haven't seen him since Dr. Fuller had him transferred to the basement.
He knew Sarah Hawkins, and that's what killed him.
What? How did he die?
I'm not sure I can explain it.
Tell me how Mr. Sanders died.
C'est pas du tout une crise.
I didn't see what, but something was there with us.
Of what do you speak?
Sanders said it was Sarah Hawkins' visitor. He spoke of it like a living being.
Sarah Hawkins? Have I missed something here? This makes no sense. I don't see how it can help crack the Hawkins case.
You really think she's involved? How could she have murdered Mr. Sanders?
Francis Sanders mentioned Mrs. Hawkins just before dying. It's no coincidence.
You know, Francis Sanders was a well-known art collector. I guess you can still pay a visit to his wife, Irene Sanders.
An art collector, you say? That's probably how they met.
If you plan on having dinner at the Sanders household, please spare the widow the tale of her late husband's suffering.
I don't agree. She deserves the truth.
But that truth may be biased. We don't know the bottom of it.
He's right. We can't ignore the truth.
But it could drive her mad.
Better madness than ignorance. Very well. I'll go to see Francis's widow. Perhaps I'll find a link between her husband's death and Sarah Hawkins.
Don't end up in the hospital this time.
I'll do my best.
Let us go now and learn the truth about what's happening on this island.
The other night's events are still confused in my head.
Résidence des Sanders. Pierce, Colden et Bradley sont à présent liés par l'affaire Sarah Hawkins. Ils décident de suivre la piste de Francis Sanders, collectionneur d'art et ami de la peintre, mort sous les yeux de Pierce. Ce dernier se rend à sa demeure pour interroger sa veuve sur le vagabond dont le malheureux a parlé avant de mourir.
What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders? I'm a private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
You may. However, before we go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
That is precisely what brings me here.
Well, well, look who's here.
Bien, comment se retrouve Mademoiselle Cat?
You know each other.
Our paths crossed, briefly. The brave detective has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
I bump into her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
It's a small island, detective. My island. It's better that it's you bumping into me.
You're investigating Francis' death. Why? Who hired you?
I spoke to Francis before he died. His story suggests a link to a case I'm working on.
Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry on later.
Very well, Miss Baker. This way, Mr. Pierce. And do make yourself comfortable. It would seem that you have much to tell me.
Bien sûr.
May I inquire as to when you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
Yesterday. I met him at the hospital. He spoke to me about Sarah Hawkins.
Oh, of course he spoke to you about her. That's all he talked about. Sarah Hawkins and her paintings. Please forgive my tone. The fact is that I have not been allowed to see him since he was interned. You, on the other hand, a perfect stranger, were able to see him and even talk with him the day he died. How was he? Were you present when he had this attack? What happened?
Va me croire. C'est un peu méchant de
I
le dire.
expected to find you more grief-stricken than this by the death of your husband.
I do not like the tone of your allusion, sir. I had long months to weep every tear in my body, and to accept, if not my fate, at least that of my husband. And so I'm sorry to disappoint you if you're expecting more hysteria and grieving widow in my voice. Rest assured, however, my anger is real. I need to understand. How could this happen? In a reputed institute? And right before your eyes? Did you not do anything to help him?
It's terrible what happened to your husband, but I had nothing to do with it. I was injured, and I came across him in the hospital quite by chance.
Injured? Well, I'm delighted to see you in such fine fettle, Detective. Not everybody enjoyed such a prompt recovery.
I suppose Fuller does do miracles now and again.
Luck is obviously very kind to you. Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Pierce. I would be grateful if you could tell me what you expect of me, and then leave.
Did your husband talk to you about Sarah Hawkins' visitor? A shambler, to use his precise terms.
Well, you can't imagine that's all he talked about. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable end to his life.
Hold on. The Shambler is a painting by Sarah Hawkins.
Who else to paint such horrors? Take a look for yourself, if you feel so inclined.
It is my only lead at this stage. I suppose I have nothing to lose.
Then you have paid no heed. For my part, I refuse to set foot in that gallery again. But if you're so eager to see it...
Thank you, Mrs. Sanders. I won't be long.
Très bien. Donc on doit aller voir la galerie. Pour examiner le
The day
Vagabond.
the Shambler came into the Sanders' lives.
Une photo de Sarah Hawkins aux côtés des époux Sanders. Ils devaient être proches. Enfin, ils devaient être proches. Je pense que c'est il au pluriel, j'ai pas lu. Enfin, j'ai pas lu, j'ai pas vu.
Frances Sanders and Sarah Hawkins were close. Friends, even?
Peut-être.
A house of artists.
Alors, on peut se cacher ici, j'ai l'impression.
Sanders' accession register. He wrote beside the Shambler, "Finally." What did Sarah Hawkins fear so much that she didn't want to sell the painting? He finally won. Was Sanders aware of his imminent doom?
Ok.
She first refused to sell the painting. How did that make her feel? Was she jealous of Sarah Hawkins?
Il y a des chances, oui. Ah oui, voilà, c'est comme ça qu'il s'est arraché les yeux.
The Shambler. I need to see it.
En voyant le vagabond, il s'est arraché les yeux, je crois. Si je comprends bien. Ce qui est totalement dégueulasse. Faire un petit peu de piano. C'est rapide. Ah non, on peut pas se cacher, je croyais. On va pas lire ce qui est écrit à chaque fois parce que c'est pas nécessaire non plus.
Let's see what this cylinder has to say once it's inserted in a phonograph.
Un enregistrement audio que Francis Sanders a laissé à sa femme Irène. Faudra que je trouve un truc comme ça du coup. Alors il est là, ouais, ici.
Irene, I made a mistake. I fear that it might be too late for me. Nobody should enter, except to burn everything. I never had the courage. Pay somebody to do it. He's inside my head. I see him behind my eyelids each time I shut my eyes. I can't take any more. I can't hold him back. Forgive me.
That accursed gallery. Those accursed paintings. That accursed Sarah.
Chaud quand même. Ok, donc c'est là-bas qu'il faut aller.
I could use one of those.
Un flacon de somnifère découvert dans la demeure des Sanders. Avait-il été prescrit à Francis Sanders ou sont-ils à sa veuve?
Strange. For months, Sarah Hawkins refused to part with her painting, to finally give it away for nothing.
Très cher Francis, je vous supplie d'abandonner tout espoir d'obtenir un jour cette toile maudite. Si notre amitié compte un tant soit peu à vos yeux, épargnez-moi le poids de la culpabilité. Je ne peux être l'architecte de votre chute. Je vous en supplie, mon très cher ami, oubliez le vagabond. Votre ami Sarah Anders. Sarah Hawkins, pardon. Je sais pas pourquoi j'ai dit Sarah Anders.
An old diary.
Je dis pas ce que c'est parce que c'est des livres comme ça, je sais pas si c'est un lien avec l'histoire. Oh, une clé. Très bien. Ok. C'est une sorte d'encyclopédie de créatures monstrueuses et inconnues. Je commence à croire qu'elles existeraient. Enfin qu'elles existent. J'ai un niveau en plus en occultisme. Parfait.
That's twice you've stepped on my toes, Detective. Try not to make a habit of it.
I've got a lot of bad habits.
Some can be more fatal than others. What have you come looking for in this gallery?
I have a well-off client in Boston who heard about the death of Francis Sanders and wanted me to size up his estate before making an offer to his widow.
Perfect, Detective. The pretext? The body language? I would have bought it if it was the first time I'd seen your face. You're a good talker, Pierce. Your story will do for the moment.
And you? What brings you to the Sanders home?
I'm here on business. Irene asked me to liquidate all these paintings. She doesn't intend to hang around here for long.
Why you?
Believe it or not, there aren't many collectors on Darkwater. It needs someone with a network, and a means of transport to the mainland. A choice that comes down to Fitzroy and me. And I'm far more pleasant, wouldn't you say? Not now, sweetheart. I'd like to read this without some snoop looking over my shoulder.
Ah, alors je me rappelle de cette séquence de jeu. Je me rappelle.
These artifacts date from pre-Columbian times.
Très beau tableau. Hein. On se croirait dans un musée. Il y a des tableaux plutôt effrayants.
The public entrance to the gallery.
C'est un museau, c'est un museau. C'est un musée en fait, limite, presque. Hello.
Why was he so interested in old weapons? The man transformed an entire wing of his manor into an art gallery.
Là, je crois. Le vagabond. Ah, bah voilà, on a enfin rechargé notre lanterne. C'est comme ça qu'on recharge notre lanterne. D'accord, donc il y a des petits trucs comme ça posés un peu partout. Ah oui, ça représente une sorte de grande bouche. Alors je me rappelle de cette séquence. Il a encore changé de coiffure, vous avez remarqué? Il change de coiffure. Capitaine Allocateur. On dirait un petit peu une séquence à l'Alien Isolation là. Très belle créature, dis donc. Est-il aveugle? Je suppose, on dirait qu'il a pas de yeux. Enfin, je me rappelle de cette séquence, mais je me rappelle plus comment ça se passe. Est-ce que c'est compliqué? Je me rappelle plus trop. Du coup, là, on va augmenter l'investigation. Voilà. Comme ça, on est au niveau 4 de l'investigation. On va commencer et on va faire ça après. Alors là, ce qu'il faut faire, c'est trouver ah mais il me voit hein. Oh, c'est plutôt terrifiant. Alors ce qu'il faut faire, c'est qu'il faut prendre n'importe quelle dague. Bon par contre prends-la.
Damn.
Oh, bah je suis mort. Ok. Donc il faut prendre des dagues en fait. Et la bonne je crois, il faut pas se tromper. Et il faut en fait détruire la peinture je crois.
What the hell was that?
Donc on va essayer de tester toutes les peintures. Toutes les...
Maybe I can use this dagger.
Oh, c'est pas celle-là.
Damn it! This dagger didn't work.
Je pense pas que ce soit la bonne non plus. Non.
Damn it! I have to use a specific dagger.
Le doute. Peut-être celle-là. Oh merde. Oh merde. Aïe, je suis mort. Ah ouais, c'est chaud. Pas facile.
What the hell was that?
C'est là.
Damn. Maybe I can use this dagger.
Non.
Damn it! This dagger didn't work.
C'est là, je suis sûr que c'est celle-là. Non. Pas facile, c'est pas facile. Je sais pas si la dague elle a un truc spécifique.
What the hell was that?
Alors peut-être en lisant. Le vagabond est une créature, Irene Sanders ne semble plus pas savoir qui elle déteste le plus. dit pas. En fait, il doit y avoir une bague spécifique pour la reconnaître, la bague. Peut-être celle-là, moi je me
Down.
dis.
Maybe I can use this dagger.
Ah bah je crois qu'il a dit que c'est celle-là. Ouais, il t'avait dit que c'était celle-là, mais pas du tout. Je crois que vous en avez marre. Après ça, on arrête, hein. De toute façon, c'est la fin de la vidéo, là.
What the hell was that?
C'est chaud, hein. Si on fait cette séquence sans mourir, c'est chaud. Au secours.
Down.
Ah non. Je croyais que c'était ça. Ah, m'énerve. Un petit peu là. Parce que en fait c'est trop chaud. En fait c'est. Je sais pas comment on fait pour pour éviter de se faire paraître. Ils auraient dû faire en sorte qu'ils soient sourds. Qu'ils soient aveugles. Mais pas sourds. Ah, il m'a vu.
Maybe I can use this dagger. Damn it! This dagger didn't work.
C'est pas possible. Où est cette dague? Non, ça va pas être celle-là, c'est sûr. Puis en fait, si tu te fais opérer au moment que tu vas transpercer sa pâture, en fait, il te bute quoi. Il te bute quand même.
What the hell was that?
Alors là j'ai fait le con.
Maybe I can use this dagger. Damn it! This dagger didn't work. This dagger looks different.
Ah, c'est celle-là. Il dit que cette dague semble différente, donc je pense que c'est celle-là. Mais pourquoi c'est celle-là? Elle ressemble beaucoup à l'autre là. Ouais, c'est bizarre. Je vais me dire que c'est une bague de Cthulhu, c'est ça? Ah mais il est là. Qu'est-ce que tu veux que je fasse? Et puis il reste en plus, c'est ça le pire. En fait, il faudrait que je la tire. Je fais ça. C'est pas celle-là, c'est celle-là.
This dagger looks different.
C'est bon. C'est bon. Aperçu.
What's the matter with you?
Ah.
You sure you won't be needing that hand? You're losing it, detective. At this rate, you're right.
Il y avait un trophée pour le tuer, enfin pour le vaincre direct en un seul
I saw you
en un seul
within
essai.
an inch of putting a dagger through your
Je crois
forearm.
que vu que je suis mort et que
Did
je
I
l'ai
miss something
utilisé,
more interesting?
vu que je suis mort avant d'utiliser celle-ci, je crois que ça compte comme si que je l'ai fait sans utiliser d'autres dagues.
Sanders was right. This painting is cursed.
Il va pas me
What are
croire,
you
elle va pas me
talking
croire.
about?
I was attacked by a creature. I pushed it back, I think.
I think so too.
You knew. You knew about the beast.
What are you talking about? Think yourself lucky that I saved your hand, even if it was to save my goods.
You mean me?
Don't flatter yourself, sweetheart. I'm talking about the contents of this gallery. And by the way, where do you think you're going with that dagger?
It saved my life. It's an extraordinary dagger.
You should talk to Algernon Drake. He's an antique dealer here on Darkwater. He'll tell you all about it. From what I saw in the ledgers, it was him who sold it to Sanders.
The creature. This dagger was the only weapon capable of pushing it back. If Hawkins was trying to get rid of this shambler, she might have made contact with Drake. This antique dealer has a good knowledge of the occult. I have nothing to lose by meeting him.
You've got your spunk back. Go where you want. I'm staying here to talk business with Irene.
Librairie sans nom. Le Vagabond s'est révélé être bien plus qu'un tableau. Peint par Sarah Hawkins, une créature gigantesque est sortie du tableau pour attaquer Pierce. Ce dernier a réussi à la renvoyer dans le tableau, mais de justesse. La dague que Pierce a utilisée pour renvoyer la créature avait été vendue à Sanders par Algernon Drake, propriétaire de la librairie sans nom. Pierce décide de s'y rendre. Ok. On va s'arrêter ici. Et tout d'abord, on va regarder la cinématique. La vitre est cassée, il y a du sang dessus. Il est mort. Bon, je vous le dis, je suis sûr, il est mort.
Where is the bookseller?
Ok. Du coup, est-ce que j'ai gagné des trucs, des points? Oui, j'en ai gagné 2. Et ça n'avait pas sauvegardé sur mon investigation. Bon. Voilà, maintenant ça a sauvegardé. Bon, bref. En tout cas, si cet épisode vous a plu, n'hésitez pas à liker, à partager, à vous abonner. C'était celui de BigBoss62 sur Call of Cthulhu. On se retrouvera la prochaine fois pour la suite. Moi, je vous dis à la prochaine. Bye.